Exam taking tips. A lot rides on exam scores, so you need to bring your A game on exam day. Obviously, you have to study, but there are other tips that can help achieve the grade you're shooting for. First, take care of your physical needs. A good night's sleep the night before an exam is essential. Studying all night may seem like a good plan, but it will actually decrease your performance. Eat before your exam. It's incredibly hard to concentrate if your stomach is growling during the test. Avoid stressful situations the day before and the day of the exam. Stress is highly contagious. Someone else's anxiety may have you questioning your level of confidence. So, if you're confronted with an anxious classmate or someone wants to pick a fight, walk away. Don't be afraid to do whatever makes you feel more comfortable while taking the exam. If you can think better with your shoes off, take your shoes off. Or if you feel like peppermint or chewing gum helps you focus, have some on hand. Once exams are distributed, you can take more steps to optimize your performance. Don't just dive right in. First, skim through all of the questions. Pick those questions you're most familiar with to answer first. That saves you time for the harder questions and boosts your confidence. But even with easier questions, take the time to read each one carefully. Pay attention to words like most likely, least likely, never, always, and not. If you miss one of those by reading too fast, you can completely misunderstand the question. In multiple choice questions, it helps to slow down. Before you answer, read through all of the choices, even if you know the answer. There may be several options that are correct, but not the best answer. Some professors may want you to pick the best answer between several that are correct. It's also helpful to delete non-plausible choices. If you know for sure one answer is incorrect, cross it out. That will allow you to focus better on the choices left and not accidentally pick the wrong one. True-false questions call for a different strategy. Look for relationships and definitions within the content of the question. Remember, if one tiny little bitty part of the statement is incorrect, then the entire statement is false. Pay attention to extreme words like all, every, always, none, or never. In these instances, if you can find an exception, you know the statement is wrong. Free response essays can be a little tricky. Keep in mind that not all free response questions require higher order thinking. You may just have to recall information, like within the multiple choice. Most free response exams do ask you to use higher level thinking. You have to apply, integrate, and analyze the material learned in class, reading, or homework to fully answer the prompt. So you have to think about what you know about the topic to answer the question. It's a good idea to create a brief outline before you start writing. That slows you down so you can think, and provides direction for your answer so it's organized and complete. It's not important to have a long answer, but it is important to address the question. If you start writing without planning, you're really doing your thinking on paper. Your professor doesn't want to read a script of your thought process. Your professor wants a clear and concise, well-argued answer. Start the answer with a thesis that brings together your main idea. You don't need a formal introduction like you'd have in a long paper. As you support the thesis with reasons, add detail and evidence from the course material. No matter the type of question you have to answer, if it confuses you, ask for clarification. Your professor may or may not help, but it never hurts to try. Once you're finished, go back and make sure you have an answer for every question. Answer each one, even if you have to guess. But don't second guess your first answer either. More times than not, it's correct. Only change an answer if something else in the exam proves it wrong. Follow these tips along with proper study strategies, and we think you'll see a positive result. For more help with academic success, visit the Academic Success Center website at asc.tamu.edu.